Oh, baby, here we are. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now. Welcome to the loneliest show on the internet. We are all here. It's all really happening. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now. I couldn't be more excited to have you all here. I'm sure you can tell by the sound of my voice. I'm thrilled. We've been making tweaks to the studio, of course, especially based on some of the feedback from last week's show. If you watched last week, you know it ain't a Friday night without being lonely without Hot Dog. Hot Dog's here on the wall.
Now, look at that! You made an upgrade. It was a little blurred out. It was a little blown out last week. And you changed it. I like it.
Here was the shocking thing about the technology. The number one criticism was that people couldn't see more Hot Dog. It was either they wanted a clearer shot of Hot Dog or they missed Hot Dog being there all the time. When Hot Dog was there all the time, all I heard was, get him off the show. I'm tired of seeing it. Exactly. And I figured, well, why don't we split the difference? I'll put him on the Not Sam wall of shame.
I like it. Look at me.
You look great.
I look amazing.
And then I turn
that Rey Mysterio mask. That's a Rey Mysterio mask, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I turn around and boom. Hang on. Now they're saying
like some audio issues though.
Yeah. Why don't you turn it on and see what the
let's see. All right. Let me mute myself.
Audio issue may be, because I can't imagine what it would be. It says the echo's crazy. Echo is cool with a buzz, though.
Yeah, you sound a little echoey. I sound fine. So it's something on your end.
I don't know. Feels like it's something on your end. It might be. You think it's echoing? You think it's echoing through the Zoom? Maybe. Let's see. I'm going to.
All right. Let me listen. Let me listen in again.
Yeah. But so you're fine. So let's try. I mean, that should be all right, you know.
Yeah, like it doesn't sound horrible, but it.
Well, I don't want to. I don't wait. That's not that I. Doesn't sound horrible. It's not the standard that we have.
You're right.
You're right. Sam Roberts. Now that's a very Hot Dog thing to say. Doesn't sound horrible.
But it doesn't. It just sounds like you got a cheaper microphone.
Well, I don't want to sound like that.
Right.
I bet I fixed it.
Jason C, we can deal with it.
No, I bet I fixed it. I bet I fixed it.
It's gonna take me a bit to listen in because you're on a delay, but
it's not. I'm not. Don't say I'm on a delay. That's again putting the blame back on me and going like, you screwed up. You're on a delay. You've got an echo. You got to figure out how to this is not how somebody negotiates or talks to people. Hot Dog. You're making.
Well, I mean, the people are saying I sound great.
That's not what it's about.
Okay. Oh, fixed.
And who tell me this, Hot Dog, Mr. I'm the greatest producer that ever lived. I don't even know why anybody calls you the producer of this show. I don't remember the last time you produced anything for me except a headache. Who's the one?
I never said I'm the greatest producer of all time.
That's your vibe. It's your
whole time.
Of a time, you said maybe.
Of a time.
Maybe you didn't say of all time. Maybe you said a time. Who fixed the problem though?
You fixed your problem, yes.
I heard what you just said. I heard what you just said. My problem. I
mean, look.
Where is the team mentality? All I do is bleed team. Here on Sam Roberts Now, where my name is on a screen in neon letters on the floor. I've named the wall after myself. All I do is think about the team, Hot Dog. If you thought about the team like I did, we'd be in so much better shape. Now they're calling you a snack in the chat. Somebody called you a snack in the chat.
See, that seems like a me problem.
That you're too much of a snack?
Yeah, I had to turn it down a little bit.
You're too attractive. Apparently you are too attractive because now people want you on the screen. I had to figure out this technology.
That's a pip.
I got to put a pip. Picture in picture. Sometimes on wrestling, they go, we'll be right back with this picture in picture commercial. And they go to a split screen. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're two separate pictures. It's not picture in picture. They do it on every show. Picture in picture break. The pictures aren't in each other. They're outside of each other. That's not picture in picture. I don't know why they say that.
That's very last professional broadcaster review.
This is picture in picture. Now you can, if I choose, but look at that. If Hot Dog's ego gets to be too much,
where'd I go?
You're back on the wall of shame.
Oh, wow. Teleporting all over the place.
Look, we got a lot to do tonight, okay? I'm sure a lot of people are wondering. I did see Scream 6. I'm going to save my thoughts because, there's this trend now of immediate out-of-the-theater reviews. People love to grab their phone and they go and it's a separate video. They go, Scream 6 out-of-theater review. And they saw the movie 30 seconds ago. And they're already telling me what they thought. Let it simmer. Tranquilo.
Easy, man. Easy.
Let it simmer. Let it simmer. Think about it. Before you tell me what you think, I want you to think about it. Give me a little bit of time so that's what I'm going to do. I'm letting it simmer right now. I'm letting it sizzle. And then, within a day or two, I'll have a separate Scream 6 review.
That's what people do when they're trying to chase them clicks. Trying to be the first one on the algorithm.
And I'm not the first. I'm the last professional broadcaster. I'll be the last with a Scream 6 review. Thank you very much. But I bring that up to say I did realize in the theater when I was sitting there that something is really it makes me feel bad. You know how I said I watched Cocaine Bear and there was just something about the film that made me feel like, oh, you think I'm an idiot. That's why you made this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sensitive to things being done where I feel like it's because people think I'm dumb. And one of those things is this new trend before a movie where you get the actors that are from the movie right before it starts. It's after the trailers. It's after the Maria Menounos show. It's after everything. Right before the movie opens. You ride the fake roller coaster. Everything's already happened. And then the actors pop on. And they're like, hey, like in Scream, they were like, hey, I'm Courtney Cox and I'm Melissa Barrera or whoever did it. And they go, we're so happy that you're here to check out our movie. And then one of them goes, in a theater. And I'm going, if I had known this is how you were going to treat, I don't know, it makes me go, clearly I should be streaming because this extra little thing, they don't want me in a theater for my good. They want me in a theater for their good. What is the end game here?
The end game is the Hollywood's appreciative of the fact that you are keeping the art alive. So they're so thankful.
They're not thankful. And I'm sitting there going suspension of disbelief. Don't come on the screen 30 seconds before your movie to be like, hey, what you're about to watch is total bullshit. I'm playing a character. This is the real me. And I'm just glad you forked over $18 to sit in that seat and eat stale popcorn while you watch me play make-believe. What? Allow me to escape into a world where you are Gale Weathers. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm Courtney Cox. Say I could be Monica on Friends. I could be Gale Weathers. I could be wherever. Thanks for the 18. It reminds me, well, this is very transactional. This is not experiential. This is not something we're in together. You're shaking me down.
Well, how do you get that from that? How do you get the fact that you're getting shaken down?
Because I know. When they're like, oh, we'll make it personal, right? We'll make it seem like we're really trying to reach out to the people. Hey, you, right there, you. And I go, is this especially for me? Or do they play this before every single screening? Oh, every single screening, but this is one of the first screenings.
It does feel, I feel nice. I never thought about it in a negative way. I sit down and I forgot what the last movie I watched. Maybe it was one of the Marvel movies. And they were like, thank you so much. You're keeping the cinemas alive and hope you enjoy.
Yeah, but that's what they're tricking you into. Because they're saying you're keeping the cinemas alive. And they're giving you this, the way they say it, it's like how when, what's-her-face from Batman, Nicole Kidman, when she jumps on and she goes, the magic of the movies.
That commercial I hate.
But it's the same thing. They're going, you're keeping the cinema alive. And you're like, yes, that's why I chose to go to a theater. My integrity and appreciation for the arts. And then I go, oh, no. This is what they feed the idiots. No. They're tricking me. We're walking up the boardwalk here. You know where the term mark comes from? Do you know where the term mark comes from, Hot Dog?
No.
Back in the old carnival days, what you would do is you one of the carnival barkers, right, who was manning one of the booths, they'd get somebody.
Step right up.
Exactly. Yes. They bring somebody up to their booth and they go, step right up. Winners. Everybody's going to be a winner. Nobody's going to be a winner. They go, everybody's going to be a winner, right? And they get somebody to come up and they'd be throwing darts at the balloons. You didn't hit any this time, but for half the price, you get double the darts. And they go, what? And he goes, just pay me. They go, okay. Gives him more money, throws more darts, no balloons. The guy says, all right, I'm done. And the carnival barker would go like this. All right, you did great, buddy. Now, you see what I did here, hot dog? The pat on the back? The Barry Horowitz?
Very, very kind of
the carnival. No, worse. The carnival barker had chalk on his hand. Pats him on the back because he's a mark. And this is... Yeah. Yeah.
I see where this is going. Yeah.
I'm putting you back in P&P for this one. Pats him on the back because he's a mark. That's the mark. And now every other person on the boardwalk sees the guy with the chalk dust on his shoulder. And that's the guy. I'm calling him over. That's
the mark.
Yes. So if you're going home with chalk dust on your coat, it's because they knew you were a mark. And there is something about actors, any of them, because I think the same thing happened when I saw that movie Megan. It's even worse when it's a director. It's even worse. I think James Wan might have shown up for Megan. It's even worse when it's one of the behind-the-scenes guys that's like, yeah, we made some bullshit. You spent the money on it. I can't help but feel like when they go, thank you for experiencing this in the theater, I just feel somebody with chalk hands patting me on the back. I go, you're up to something. You are up to something, and I don't like it. Unfortunately, hot dog, I'm a cinephile, so I go to the theater. But
you think Courtney Cox is patting you on the back so Tom Cruise knows?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, what jerk is going to go see just Top Gun again in theater? Everybody's already seen Top Gun. It's like the sequel to Top Gun is the same movie as Top Gun. Let's get everybody back in theaters. They're like, there's one right there. Courtney's handprints all over his back. 100%. You don't think that all the John Wick people, all the Keanus are watching to see who's gotten pat on the back from Bruce Willis or whoever? Of course.
I'm thinking it's a mark.
Yeah. That's really... That was a good John Wick. That was really good. Yeah, of course. Hey, I'm Batista. Thanks for coming to Cabin in the Woods and seeing it the way it was meant to be seen.
That's what they say.
Screen.
That's what they say.
The way it was meant to be seen. The whole movie was shot in a cabin. Who cares where you go see it? You can watch 100%. I saw Scream 6. Watch it on your phone. It's fine. There's no difference. I like to go to a movie theater, except in the right before the movie starts, where I go, oh, this is what they think of people who still go to movie theaters. Because, we have the technology to watch this stuff anywhere. Everybody knows within now 3 weeks, it's going to be streaming. So you know who pays $18 to go to a movie theater? Jerks. And so
do you have Dolby Atmos at your house?
What's the difference? The TV.
What do you mean?
I got a sound.
You probably have a soundboard.
Well, it's not a sound board. It's a sound bar.
Whatever.
Sound. Yeah, no, look, is the sound as good? No. But again, who cares? Who cares? I go, because if it really was a wonderful experience to go to the theater, they wouldn't have to tell you. They would just give you the experience. The fact that they have to implant that into your brain lets you know, they know that this is for jerks who still go to movie theaters. Because here's why. They know that you, at some point in this theater, are going to think, I could just watch this at home. Like, it would be cheaper. I could go, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have to piss. You're going to have to piss, or somebody's going to be on their phone. And you're going to go, I could pause it right here. Or I wouldn't have to listen to that person on their phone. Except they want to make sure Courtney Cox is in your head going, but this is the way it was meant to be seen. And so now, it's like when you go and meet with your boss and they go, you're really happy here, right?
We're a family, aren't we?
We're a family. Right. You wouldn't want to be anywhere else anyway, right? No.
No.
All right. So, well, we are downsizing the company. Luckily, we're not letting you go. You are going to have to take a 20% pay cut, but
wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot?
Hey, we're all suffering through it. That's kind of what families do,
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally, by the way, isn't that what Vin Diesel said in the movie theater?
We're family?
Family. I think maybe it was probably a reference to Fast and the Furious, but yeah, I couldn't help.
What about when you see Tom Cruise treating you like a mark, right? But then he turns around and he's yelling at his staff the same thing. He goes, "These people go to the theater and they want a fucking experience." And he's doing all this. And then you can tell that intensity is real when he tells you, "Thank you for coming to the theater."
No, it's not that. It's because he doesn't want to be made to look like a liar. He doesn't want people who just heard him say it's an experience to then watch this movie and they're like, that's not that good of an experience. Because now he's vouched for it. Now he knows that he's gonna have to go in front of the movie and say, this is an experience. This is what you're supposed to do. If you don't come to a movie theater to watch a movie, you don't really watch movies and you're a jerk and you're not a fan of movies and you don't like me. And
he's ready to fire people. He's ready to fight people.
Well, I mean, I don't think that it takes much for Tom Cruise to fire somebody. He's a little hot-headed,
I like it. I mean, not everyone, but I like it when Tom Cruise tells me thank you. I think he means it.
He doesn't.
I think Tom Cruise. Courtney Cox doesn't mean it. I think Tom Cruise means it.
He's saying thank you, but that's because he's making back-end points.
Because I'm saving cinema.
No, that's not. No, it's back-end points.
What is that?
Back-end points are when the stars of the films that they're in, a lot of times the ones that are doing those things before the movie, they make a percentage of the theater box office. You see.
You think Tom Cruise is doing that?
I think he is. Yeah, I do. Yeah. You know what? I really do. If you remember, didn't Marvel get sued by Scarlett Johansson or somebody?
Yes.
Because they were
didn't thank us.
They were like, we'll put it out on streaming. And Scarlett's like, well, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something. So you tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't go well for her, but she didn't thank us. So that's what happens.
That's what happens. I felt like a true idiot. I realized it too, because it's happened twice recently. I don't remember if it was for Cabin in the Woods or Megan or one of those movies. But then this time I was like, this is one too many. If it was that good, you wouldn't have to tell me that it was that good.
You know when it felt special? It felt special right after the first time you went to the theater after COVID. That was acceptable.
Yeah. We're back. Hooray.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but even then, it's like you have a vested interest in this. You have a financial interest. We're not celebrating the same thing.
You gotta lower your guard a little bit, Sam. I feel like you try so hard not to be a mark that you just don't let anything in.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. I have walls up. It's a problem.
You do.
I have walls up.
You've been hurt by the industry.
Yeah. I mean, I've had to work this hard to get this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so when people go, thanks, we're all in this together, I go, no, we're not. You have a vested financial interest in this. I paid, you got paid. We're not in the same boat. Let's save the theater for everybody, but mainly for us who make our living off of it. Huh?
Wow.
And look, there's a lot of cynicism going on, Hot Dog.
I'll say.
A lot of cynicism, and maybe it's because, I mean, have you seen what this guy, Mr. Beast, is doing? Have you seen the absolute nerve of this Mr. Beast? The audacious video that he posted this week?
It's disgusting.
Disgusting. Look at this. And I don't even want to put this on my channel, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, don't give it, the exposure,
It's newsworthy. And at the end of the day, we have to cover everything that's newsworthy here on Sam Roberts Now. There are no major issues that get glossed over here on the show. Remember that Dick Tracy segment we did?
That's right.
Yeah. This is just revolting.
For hundreds of thousands of kids in South Africa, the only thing standing between them and an education is a simple pair of shoes. Let me explain.
Because of the extreme poverty in rural towns, walking to school barefoot is the only option. Which means they have to walk for miles over harsh terrain, broken glass, and contaminated water.
Okay, they're setting up quite a sob story. What's your angle, Beast? What's your angle?
'Cause I ain't no Mark.
No. You're not going to get me, because here's the thing. I was born at night, but not last night. All right? Let them know.
But before tackling this major
Problem by donating 20,000 pairs of shoes.
What?
we flew to Japan.
20,000? You're donating 20,000 pairs of shoes to people who need shoes in South Africa? I mean, ban this guy's channel. This is disgusting.
What's that catch here?
This is revolting. I can't.
Profiting off of these kids by
is.
helping them.
It's horrible, Mr. Beast. You've gone one step too far. And that's a pun, because the step was wearing free shoes.
On glass.
The shoes help with the glass, because otherwise the feet get cut up. What do you think? All these kids need an education? Come on. For what? So, yeah, I mean, this is the controversy. It's just so funny that I don't think that this controversy is quite as two-sided as people make it think it is. Like, this is a lot of people are coming forward. I've seen way more people going, you should not be offended by this, than people who are actually offended by this. You know, people are like, hey, why does everybody have a problem with this? And I go, I haven't really seen that many people that have a problem with it. I've seen a lot of people saying people shouldn't have a problem with it. But regardless, there were people who had a problem with it. This is something Mr. Beast has been going through. He's been canceled 3 times in like 6 months. He keeps getting canceled.
Keeps coming back.
Yeah, I don't know
Stronger.
I don't know how he does it. Like, cancel culture was this force beyond imagination. But Mr. Beast, he's stronger than the storm. So he got canceled for giving these kids shoes. Oh, don't forget, he got canceled the first time because he did a video called "I Make 1,000 People Who Are Blind See." Right? He had like
why the fuck would we want that?
Right. They lost their site, dude. They're done. We have our site. We're better. Like, don't ruin
You're
this
done.
for us.
You're washed. It's over.
It's over. So these are the 2 big videos, right? 20,000 kids get free shoes. 1,000 people get to see for free. And the accusations, not as strongly as some people make them out, but the accusations against Mr. Beast are that he is using philanthropy for his own clout, for his own social credit, for his own pocketbook. That he's monetizing, doing good, and therefore not doing it for the right reasons. Nefarious. That's the word of the day. People coming and congratulating you for going to a movie theater, nefarious. People giving kids shoes, nefarious. That's what they say. Now look, what do I think here? And he also did this video with Yeezy Busta, which, a mistake. I mean, it's not like people, because there were probably some people that were like, I don't want to cancel Mr. Beast, but Yeezy Busta. Now, he did this too on his philanthropy channel. So somebody, like, immediately people were like, oh, but you're making money off this. And he was like, actually, this isn't even on the Mr. Beast channel. This is on the Mr. Beast philanthropy channel.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, so not only do all the kids get shoes, but all the money that the video makes goes to charity as well. So nobody, like, there is no profit on this. I mean, you know, you get subscribers, you get the brand awareness, I guess the whole thing gets bigger. But this is kind of what Mr. Beast does, right? He does good things to get views. There are some people who put the emphasis on doing good things. There are other people who put the emphasis on to get views. You can't get around the fact that the kid loves getting views. Mr. Beast loves having the most views. He likes making the most money on YouTube and having the most views on YouTube. Every interview he's ever done, he's talked about how he's figured out ways to get the most views. These charity videos are edited in such a way where he maintains retention for as long as possible.
He goes into like the science of it.
Yes, yes. And I can tell the way the edit is being made that this is what's on his mind. And it's like, yeah, that part of it has nothing to do with charity. That part of it has nothing to do with, you know, making sure that good things happen to everybody, but he's also not claiming to be like a church. He's not claiming to be solely in existence to help others. It's just like he made a ton of money on YouTube. He could do good things or bad things or nothing with all the money. So I feel like it's not really worth piping up about if he's chosen to do good things. A lot of people on YouTube, they get money and they go and they're like, they literally make a YouTube video. I'm going to go buy a $500,000 car. And that's the video. Look at me. Look how silly this purchase is. It's so expensive. You could never afford it. I mean, YouTube, were you going to say, Hot Dog?
I mean, he's flexing. I mean, I was going to say, to be fair, curing the blindness of 1,000 people. I mean, who's he really helping here?
1,000 people.
That's a good point.
So yeah, I mean, the thing too is that YouTube is what kids watch, right? Like kids don't really watch TV. They're not sure they watch YouTube. So that's where they learn about things. And I've watched this happen with my own children. They become little assholes in 1 second. They're like, these guys, and it used to be, it's not such a big trend anymore, but it used to be the trend on YouTube where these guys would become super successful. And then they'd like buy big, rich content houses. And they go, today we're going to get in a Nerf war, ha! And it's like these 30-year-old guys that are acting like 12-year-olds. So of course, a 6-year-old is going to be like, yo, this is awesome. This is the best thing ever. And like, you know, they're like sneaking up behind their friends and slapping them in the back of the neck. And then your kids are coming up behind you and smacking you in the back of the neck. And you're like, what? This is stupid, right? So the fact that Mr. Beast, because they go like this. The real problem with these videos that we're not tackling is why should it take a YouTuber to get these people to be able to see again? Why should it take a YouTuber to get these kids shoes? Shouldn't we have infrastructure in place to take care of our people? And the answer is yes, but just because you don't say that, again, and go back to the movie theater thing, you don't have to just say everything. Just because you don't say that doesn't mean the message isn't getting across. I would much rather have my kids learn about the fact that in South Africa, there are all these people that have no shoes, and so they can't go to school, and so they're in this horrible cycle of poverty. Then you could get rich and fill your house up with foam.
As long as every now and then he sprinkles in a cool Squid Game.
Well, not that. Before the blind video, he did, hey, I built the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory warehouse. I built Wonka's factory.
He's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. And they're pulling up his old videos. You know, they're pulling up his videos from when he was a kid. And he was like admitting that he was just like giving homeless people money for views. But I mean, what would you rather? Would you rather a guy give homeless people money for views or a guy take things away from homeless people? Right?
For views.
For views. It's
like stomping on someone's cake.
I mean, I wouldn't do that. I'd much rather the guy get some cash on the video. I mean, I don't know if you remember, I grew up in the time of bum fights. Bum Fights was a big video series. They were like, we give
this guy came up, right? Whatchamacallit? Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo Slice. They were like, we gave homeless people money to hurt themselves. And then Mr. Beast is like, well, I'm just going to give them the money. I don't want them to hurt themselves. And people are like, fuck that guy. You know, let's put things into perspective. And then they blasted him on this too, this tweet that he put out. You know, he's got a chocolate bar company, Mr. Beast.
Oh.
Feastables, I think is what they're called. And he wrote, I need your help. Gang, gang, I need your help. Next time you see Feastables in Walmart and soon to be new retailers, ching ching, if you could clean up the presentation and make it look better, that'd make me very happy. I'm building a team to do this routinely, just need help in the short term. Now look, this is the same. I look at this and I go, dude, I'm not going to be a stock boy. I mean, I watch your videos, but
you're just fixing this for Mr. Beast real quick? Hold
right. On. Like, unless I have access, if I know that I can call up Mr. Beast and go, dog, can I get in one of your videos? It would make me very happy. And he would say yes.
Just hit him up in the group tube Slack chat.
That's it. And he would say yes to that. Then it's like, then when he asked me, can you clean up my chocolate bars? That would make me happy. Then I'll go, yeah, for sure. But if he's just like, hey, one of anonymous millions of people, will you do my work for me? It would make me happy. And there are actually people, I guess I don't mind him tweeting that out. I do kind of cringe. I don't mind if a kid does it, but when I see like adults posting videos of cleaning up Mr. Beast bars and then like going like, we got you, Mr. Beast. We're on the Team Beast. And it's like, you're a grown man. What are you
trying
doing?
to get that retweet?
Yeah, exactly. Then that's where it gets gross for me. I don't mind this tweet as much as the people who are actually like, okay, I'll do this if it makes you happy. Like, what? What?
I really like him, but I hope he doesn't disappoint me in 10 years. I hope all this good philanthropy isn't like a way for him to sneak into our hearts, and then all of a sudden he becomes like a Jeff Bezos or something like that, or a Musk or whatever.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, because I also think that Mr. Beast is at this point where he's like the most successful person at what he does, but nobody shits on him. Like, he seems like a fine person.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, people need, if you're the most successful at what you do, people need to be able to feel like they're still better than you on some level. That's why people blast successful people. Like, there's a level of success that you're allowed to get to. And then once you get past that, The Rock is feeling it. The Rock got to the top level of success that he was allowed to get to. And now everybody's acting like, hey, we should all make fun of DJ. And I'm like, what? Why? He's still The Rock. He's still the people's champion.
The Rock might not be president of the United States if he keeps it up.
I know. And that'd be a shame. We would be the losers if that happened.
It's the dark timeline.
It is. But that's where Mr. Beast is. He's at this thing where he's hit the peak and then gone past his own, like, he's gone past YouTube and is now just a cultural reference across the board. And so now it's like people have to figure out, how can we destroy him? There has to be a way. We've created him. We have to be able to destroy him. And since he doesn't really seem to do anything bad, they're like, well, can we say his good stuff is bad? Because if he does a lot of good stuff, and if we can say his good stuff is bad, then maybe we try that.
Have we tried doing a Twitter background check on him?
You mean going through his old tweets?
Yeah. Mr. Beast and then Jews.
Yeah, dropping in all the words. I mean, they go through here's the problem. All of his old YouTube videos are still up. He hasn't even deleted the old YouTube videos. He doesn't have any skeletons.
We're going to have to get a team on board and transcribe all of this footage.
So you're down with the Take Down Mr. Beast cause?
If that's what's going to get me views?
Right. Good call.
Yes.
Good call.
I will take down this philanthropist.
Get them clicks, hot dog. Get them clicks.
See, it's to a science.
Yeah. You know, well, actually, no, before we go there, here's where I want to go next, okay? Because you know who I'm worried about? After seeing this Mr. Beast backlash, everything he does, there's backlash when there doesn't need to be backlash. But after seeing this, I'll tell you who I'm worried about. Not Liv. No, Liv's doing her thing. We'll get to Liv. I'm worried about my man Pedro Pascal.
Oh, no. Why?
Because who is more beloved right now than Pedro Pascal? You're talking about
Huhada.
I call Pedro Pascal top dollar. Okay? We're talking about a guy who gets off of Game of Thrones and then decides to simultaneously do Mandalorian and Last of Us. All he does is hits, and he does these hit shows that have these crazy rabid fan bases, right? And then it feels like he embraces the characters that all these like fan bases love. And every interview, he's like the most giggly, charming guy you've ever met in your life.
I was watching his Hot Ones yesterday. It was awesome. He's great. I love him.
Look at you smile. Look at you right now, hot dog.
He's awesome.
You're blushing.
Yeah.
I've never seen you blush like this. You have a crush.
For Daddy Pascal?
Well, here's why I'm worried about Pedro Pascal, because people are now going into him on details that still harmless right now. But I feel like once people start caring about this level, there's no way of escaping what could be there. He's on TikTok, right? I guess this is Alexa from space on TikTok. And he's walking, I guess, these streets of New York. He's got a jacket on, right? Can't be LA, right? Maybe it's Canada. I don't know. And he's got his Starbucks. And I guess Alexa here, if that's who it is, has a Mandalorian action figure. I never know if I can play these because TikTok always has dumb music over it, and I feel like I'm going to get a strike on YouTube. So here he is. It's okay. It's just music playing. She gets him to sign the action figure, right? And look at him. He's smiling. He's talking. But right here, I'll show you the frame that caused an entire stir. Let me get this one right here. Hot Dog, why do you think that frame caused such a stir?
I don't know. I'm trying to see what's wrong here.
Okay. I'm not saying it's something wrong. I'm not saying that's controversy. I'm just saying they started to jump into the details. I'm not saying.
Is it the way he's handling it?
No,
I mean,
no.
I don't know. I have no idea. Wait,
I
don't know. Nothing.
Label out Starbucks order. What is Daddy's Starbucks order? What is Daddy's Starbucks order? We want to know. And let me tell you something. You know what we found out? We got
someone enhance.
We have a caffeine daddy. Oh yeah, somebody enhanced. Now there's a whole bunch of content just related to Pedro's coffee order. Listen to this.
Okay.
For everyone asking about Pedro's
Starbucks order. This is the problem.
Starbucks order. Ice quad espresso.
This is the danger that Pedro is in.
The
fact that anybody's even asking. The fact that people saw that video and they were like, I gotta know, what's his order? I gotta drink like my caffeine daddy. What's his order? Like, when people...
I'll have one Pedro Pascal, please.
Dude, people are doing it.
You were doing that?
There's TikToks of people going to Starbucks getting Pedros. This is bad.
God.
When people are paying this close attention, it's impossible to be this perfect. Nobody can do it. Not even Caffeine Daddy. Because wait to hear
Caffeine Daddy is not a bad name to have.
Wait to hear what his order is.
In a venti cup. Extra ice. 6 shots.
I don't know why they're playing Sexy Lady. It is an ice quad espresso in a venti cup with 2 extra shots. My man is getting 6 shots. 6 shots in one drink. That is
needs that boost.
I mean, what a beast. You want to talk about Mr. Beast? What a beast. Pedro Pascal needs to be caffeinated. I don't know what this guy is doing with his evenings, that these mornings are hitting him so hard, but they are hitting him hard, and he needs 6 shots of espresso in his Starbucks.
Well, Zaddy Pascal is not, he doesn't sleep well. I know that from one of his interviews.
What's he doing?
He's just not a good sleeper. So
I know why.
Why?
Too much activity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I'm the same.
Yeah. What? No, you're not.
Nah, okay. All right.
You are not. You know why he's got so much trouble sleeping? Because he gets an ice quad espresso with 2 extra shots in it. 6 shots of espresso?
But it's probably super tasty. Maybe he just does it for that. More sugar, the better.
He's just getting a ton of caramel in there, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a coffee person, but they have a coffee machine at work, so I sometimes grab it and I just load it up with sugar until I start twitching, just because it tastes great.
You could just get black coffee.
And that doesn't taste as good.
I guess no, it doesn't. It doesn't taste as good. But you're not worried. You're not worried about Pedro here.
No, if anything, I'll remember that. I don't go to Starbucks that often, but I might get a Pedro Pascal.
You're gonna get the ice quad, 2 extra shots in a venti cup.
No, I'll get the Pedro Pascal, please.
You're gonna say that?
Yes.
I would like to pay. They'll probably know. I'm sure that at Starbucks they're thrilled.
They should. They should have a partnership.
Yeah, they got to be thrilled that that everybody knows what he's getting. I mean, that's what you don't want. I don't want people paying attention to my coffee order. I don't want people figuring out where I'm going for lunch. I don't want those little details are the beginning of the end. You don't want people to care that deeply. You turn on, you enjoy, you turn off. That's what you want. Because otherwise, you start digging. They love to dig. People on the internet. I mean, now that we know Pedro's coffee order, we know his coffee order. We're obsessing over it. What are we going to dig up next? We got to have something. I need more Pedro trivia.
I'll start it off. So he said, and this hurt me a little bit. He said on Hot Ones, I don't think that there's any good Mexican food in New York City.
That feels...
That's a controversial take.
And it feels racial. It does feel specifically racial, and I think an apology is in order from Pedro.
Yeah. He said there's no such thing as good Mex-Tex or Tex-Mex, whatever it's called, in New York City.
Wait. Do not represent Caffeine Daddy. Did he say no good Mexican food or no good Tex-Mex?
Tex-Mex. He did say Tex-Mex.
Well, that's totally different than what you said.
Mexican.
First of all, Texican is not a word. Second of all, Mexican is not Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex is a specific type of Mexican food.
What are you talking about?
Why would they call it Tex-Mex if it was just Mex? It's Texas Mexican food. It's people who are they're not in Texas just trying to create Mexican food. It's people who are from that area. That's the food that they grew up with. That's a whole other culture. Tex-Mex and Mexican are two different. Now, of course, Tex-Mex is a type of Mexican food, but it's a wildly different statement to say there's no good Mexican food and to say there's no good Tex-Mex. He's probably right about there's no good Tex-Mex. Was he going to Chi-Chi's or whatever? I mean, they're, you know.
Yeah, he's probably going to Times Square.
Chevy's? Was that what it's called?
He's not going to Queens or anything.
Why would they have good Tex-Mex in Queens?
There's a lot of Mexicans in Queens.
They're not from Texas.
So
they came from Mexico to Queens.
They're halfway there.
If they just went from Mexico to New York and they didn't stop in Texas, why would they be good at Tex-Mex?
Because I feel like the emphasis is on the Mexican food, not the Texan part.
Then why would they call it Tex? Why wouldn't he just say Mexican then? What type of food is Taco Bell?
I don't think it's any kind of Mexican food.
What's it loosely based on? Like what's it loosely based, like Cocaine Bear, loosely based on a true story.
It's Mexican
right,
food.
Yeah. It's loosely based on Mexican food. They don't have chalupas natively in Mexico?
No.
Because I tell you, they don't make them in Texas. It's not Tex-Mex.
So it's not okay.
It's not Tex-Mex.
All right, maybe I stand corrected. I can't go deep on Pascal for now, but we could bring him down.
You thought Tex-Mex stood for Texican Mexican. Texican.
They should rebrand because that sounds very catchy.
Texican Mexican.
Yeah, I'll open up a shop called that.
Oh, I can't believe you thought Mexican and Tex-Mex were just the same. It's just
I just thought it was interchangeable.
Just two ways to describe the same thing. Just so the Tex part of it would just mean nothing.
It's just like
it just means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I've had Mexican food before, but this is great. You mean the Tex-Mex? Yeah, I mean, I said it.
Yes, I know. You're being redundant here.
Oh. Well, I tell you who is beloved that I'm not worried about, and that's the guy, Bob Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk, I think. See,
what?
Bob Odenkirk is in the right place. Bob Odenkirk. I understand it's not a picture of Bob Odenkirk. It's not a mistake. Let me get to where I'm going. Okay. This is Tommy Wiseau. It's not Bob Odenkirk. For clarity. Hot Dog got real confused there, and he was like, what are you, total idiot? You got yourself so fired up tonight, Sam. You're throwing up a picture of Tommy Wiseau like it's Bob Odenkirk. No, this is Tommy Wiseau. He's the star, writer, director, producer of The Room, the film The Room. Everybody loves The Room. The Room, I would hope that if you're watching me, you're at least familiar, even if you haven't seen it. It's one of the best movies ever. It's terrible. I mean,
it's up there with Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, except there's an actual heart and integrity to The Room, because The Room is just one man's vision. Okay, The Room, and this is the movie they made that movie The Disaster about. Tommy Wiseau and his friend Greg Sestero, all they wanted to do was be famous actors. And Tommy Wiseau was the guy that said, screw it, I'll make my own damn movie. And he wrote this movie, The Room. And it made no sense. It's ridiculous. It's total nonsense. But he had money. So he decided to go out and buy cameras. And I know you might be thinking, Sam, I hate to correct you. I'm pretty sure you mean rent cameras. No, he decided to purchase them flat out. He bought not only film cameras, but he bought HD video cameras. And his was the first production that simultaneously recorded HD video and film. Now, the HD video has never been seen publicly at all. And that's because somehow the film and HD video use the exact same lighting setup, which, again, unheard of in film. Totally never done before. It's pretty amazing. But he made the movie. He put it out in theaters on his own budget. Like, he just rented out a theater. He put up a billboard with his own personal phone number on it. He was an icon in LA. And the movie just grew and grew and grew. And now it's one of these movies that has midnight screenings and like has this major cult following. I'll be doing one of them, I think, on Wednesday of next week with Greg Sestero in Yonkers. At the Alamo Draft House in Yonkers. We'll be out there screening The Room and doing a commentary over it. We'll be talking over it while it's on. And the reason we're doing that is to celebrate the 20th anniversary of The Room. It is 20 years old. And I bring up Bob Odenkirk, as beloved as he is, because we know what one of the first post-Better Call Saul Bob Odenkirk projects will be. Have you heard about this, Hot Dog?
It's like an AMC show, right?
Before that, Bob Odenkirk will be starring in a shot-for-shot remake of The Room.
Oh, my God.
And it's true. He even tweeted it. So this news came out this week that for its 20th anniversary and for charity, this movie is being done for charity, that they are doing a shot-for-shot remake of The Room. They said primarily on green screen. Most of it, like pretty much the whole movie is just a green screen movie. But Bob is playing Johnny, the role made famous by Tommy Wiseau. It's benefiting an AIDS research charity, and Bob Odenkirk tweeted it. This is real. This is true. And let me tell you, I tried my best to sell every line as honestly as I could, and I had a blast. So Bob Odenkirk, and I hope this is the way he describes it, is what he did. Because it sounds like he took the script, and instead of going like, oh, I'm going to make this, like, you know, silly,
fun.
Yeah, I'm going to make fun of it. He was like, what if we really did this? Like, Bob Odenkirk is an incredible actor. So it's like, what if we really did this? Like, what if a real actor, not to say that the wonderful Tommy Wiseau is not a real actor. I don't mean to disrespect the legend. You know, by the way, this film was produced and distributed by Wiseau Films. I don't know if you know that. Yeah. Wiseau Films. Yes.
Prestigious.
It was never released on streaming. It's not available digitally at all. You have to buy the Blu-ray.
That is a very big shame.
It is a big shame. Actually, I got a football right back here signed by Tommy Wiseau and a copy of the film signed by Tommy. Okay, so, you know, I'm the real deal. Yeah. But yes, so this is the role, and it is, one of the eyes is a little lazy. That's not anything deceiving you. But yeah, so it's supposed to be out in the spring. They said Odenkirk apparently shot this in January. And I can't imagine how difficult Tommy Wiseau must have been with to work with. I would imagine that he would have to sign off on this still. He's got to have.
I was guessing for a second it was just something they did on the side, just not. I
They
mean,
didn't
yeah, but
even
you're
tell
right.
him.
They would have to get permission.
He's got to own it in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
I'm gonna have to ask Greg Sestero about that. He's the co-star. How did they get this pulled off? Because Tommy Wiseau, God bless him, I've interviewed him before. He's an incredible genius. Very difficult to work with. Very set in his ways. Very difficult to work with. So I can't imagine what a difficult time Tommy Wiseau must have been on this project.
Where did he get the money again to make this film?
Well, he hasn't said. He hasn't made that clear. He said, so Tommy had a clothing company called Street Fashions USA. And he said, first of all, he clearly has a Eastern European accent, you know. He says he's from New Orleans natively. And that he made his money through his company Street Fashions USA, which did exist as a company. But there is no hard evidence on large numbers of people wearing the clothing.
No, not a one.
Right. So, like, nobody had heard of Street Fashions USA until he used it to explain how he had already made the money, which then led you to believe, how did nobody know about this company if the sales had been that good? You know, who was buying them, the items, the merchandise from the company? I don't know. But that's how he says that he got the money. Now, he's been making his money since then, just touring the film. This is like the quintessential film that he made it as a drama, you know, like a romantic like drama, but everybody laughed at it, so he started calling it a dark comedy. And now that's what it literally, like, hey, I'm touring with the movie The Room, this dark comedy, and you're like, okay, I mean, whatever, whatever you want it to be, but.
I cannot wait for that.
For
April,
the Bob Odenkirk. Well, they said spring. They said a few months ago, spring. They've recomposed the score apparently.
Oh, a remaster.
They redid it. Like they did. Not only did they remaster it, it sounds like they were not able to get the original master recordings.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it would have been like, well, we can't.
I didn't even know it was an original score.
It was an original score. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I guess they couldn't get it off the original movie because, there's dialogue all over it, and maybe Tommy didn't record in different channels. I don't know.
Tommy had all that money. He didn't do split track?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I wasn't there. I wasn't part of the sound crew, but they recomposed it. So I don't know if that was a choice or a necessity. If I had to guess, if I had to put money down, necessity. But again, no idea.
Well, I love the commitment already because I feel like no one would have missed the soundtrack, So there's a lot of work going into this.
Yeah, they want it to be authentic. They want because people are obsessed with this movie. People bring like stuff to the screenings to interact with it, right? Like there's a weird painting of a fork in a room. And so you'd say, is it The Room? I don't know. The movie takes place in multiple rooms. I don't know why it's called The Room. I can think of 4 rooms, and also they go on the roof, they go outside, you go in the bedroom, the living room. I mean, I don't know which room it was. But like when people see the fork painting, they bring plastic forks to throw at the screen. When Tommy says, well, whatever. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. But big question here, right? Because there's a notorious scene in The Room. It's a sex scene. Tommy thought there needed to be a sex scene in it, and he's the one. Tommy Wiseau he's nude in the movie. He does a sex scene, and he actually likes the scene so much that it's in the movie twice, as if it's 2 different scenes. Like,
same shot for shot,
bar for bar.
Yeah,
yeah. No, it's the exact. It's like they just like. It's not like they recut the different shots, like the full scene. They just. Copy paste.
Copy?
Yeah. That's it. Like we need some sex to happen here. Well, we just edited some sex over there. Let's just put it here as well. And you're going, oh, is this a flashback? No, it's just an identical thing happening again. But one of the things that makes this sex scene so unique is that Tommy shows ass in this movie. Like, you see ass and you see thrusting. Like, it's really, really very gross. You see thrusting, and it's almost a thrusting that looks like it's kind of being pointed more towards the belly button than the lower. Yeah. But like you see thrusting and almost a clenching of the cheeks, you know? Like it's a disturbing sight. And God bless Tommy. There's no offense to Tommy. It's a disturbing sight. So the question is, with Bob Odenkirk doing a remake of The Room, playing Johnny, the Tommy Wiseau character, will Bob Odenkirk show ass? Because he seems like he wants to do right by this film. He seems like he seems committed. If he's really committed and he really wants to give the fans what the fans want, he's got to show ass. Bob Odenkirk, if he's going to remake the movie, and he said he did, he has got to show ass.
For charity.
For charity. Otherwise, you're going to have some broke-ass charities.
Throw it all away. We don't want it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have some Odin cheeks.
There's no integrity here. And Bob would say, why not? And you didn't show ass. He's in good shape. He's going to do a sequel to that movie, Nobody, like the old man John Wick movie.
Yeah, good for him.
He's in good shape. Show ass. Why not?
I would.
I know you would. That's why people are fans of yours. That's why you're so over right now. Because you would show ass.
I mean, like, this is not the right scene, hot dog.
You're like,
this is the football scene.
Yeah, I think we're filming this scene now, though. The people want to see ass. I'm not even going to say speaking of ass, but before we wrap things up tonight, and of course, you can super chat in if you want to contribute with the show tonight. All super chats will be acknowledged and will be read tonight by the end of the show. So you want to be a part of the show, super chat in. But I did want to review an incident that happened at the Knicks game. Did you watch the Knicks game?
Go New York, go New York, go.
That's right. So at the Knicks game, WWE superstar Liv Morgan was at the Knicks game. And here she is sitting next to this gentleman, and this is what we caught on camera.
Back to New York Knicks basketball caps WWE superstar Liv Morgan and other top stars when the Road to WrestleMania Super Show comes to the Garden on Sunday, March 12th. Tickets are available at all Ticketmaster locations and at the MSG box office. Back to New York Knicks basketball caps.
That's not a good look.
That's not what this guy wanted. That's not. And here's the issue, right? Here's the problem. That this poor guy is sitting there and like Liv, and you feel, well, I don't know if you feel bad for Liv. She didn't know she was on TV. But I do hope, because Liv is a wonderful human being, okay? I've had conversations with her. I think she's listened to me when I've talked to her. But,
then because it does not give me a good impression.
No. But, like, you can't do this stuff. You can't. You can't. This is the type of stuff that lives with people forever. Like, and coming off of this, that Liv Morgan is going to, like, every conversation she has, she's going to act overly interested just in case somebody's watching because she doesn't want people to think that she's like this. I mean, look at this poor guy.
Comes to the Garden on Sunday, March 12th. Tickets are available
like,
at all Ticketmaster.
She's looking at any direction besides it. Like, every single direction gets a glance.
And at the MSG.
She's dancing to some other music, has nothing to do.
Tuning him out.
Now, this is not just some guy. People are like, oh, what's this, a fan or something? This dude rules. This is a good dude. I know this dude. Did you know I know him, Hot Dog?
No, but I would have guessed that's like a manager or a friend or something like that.
He's a good man. His name's Justin.
Justin.
Not only, he's a senior vice president.
Ooh.
He's a senior vice president of live events over there. And they're in the Garden to promote the fact that they're going to be at the Garden doing this live event. Now, what I've been told is he's taking this all in good humor. But,
of course. Because Justin's the cool dude, but that's still.
He's a cool dude. I mean, I would think, I guess if this happened to me, I would probably get a kick out of it.
It's 9 million views on Twitter.
Is that good or bad?
No, this is going to be one of those, like, like viral like memes that get used from now on. Like, you know, like there's always
sometimes you see a meme and you're like, oh, that's forever.
Yeah. Like there's always like a meme of like a guy over talking to a girl and the girl not listening.
Yeah.
This one is going to be added onto that list.
I mean, already our pal Blob More Chairs, genius that he is, hit us with this gem.
Battle. That's what happened with The Undertaker and Mankind. A new match was created just for them, called the Buried Alive match. And they explained, well,
this is
a grave plot with a 6-foot pole, and in order to win the match.
That really, I mean, it's so.
What happened with The Undertaker and Mankind.
It's so accurate. It's so, I mean, that's exactly, we've all been there. I've had to stop people, like especially wrestling fans that I know. Like I've had to stop them and be like, don't go that far. Like you're talking about, like you could talk about wrestling. It's not a problem. But you just took it one step too far. You can't draw somebody in. They're tuning out. You can feel it. You can see it. They're tuning out already. It's not good.
So just a little quick hit.
And be gone. Be out. Oh. Yeah, I mean, look, it is forever. But it's not like Liv. I'm sure Liv isn't happy about it. She feels like now because she doesn't look good from it either.
Yeah, but like most of the people who see, I mean, most of the people who see this don't know her, so it's not like it's her. It's not anything. It's just like, oh, you would see the comments like, oh, who's that hot chick? She must have been there for whatever. I have no idea that she's even like a WWE superstar. So it's not attached to her name.
Yeah, and like, you know, nobody's wondering what's happening here. You know what I mean? At least it's flattering in the sense that nobody's like, oh, I wonder wait, it's like, yeah, she's a hot chick.
Yeah.
You know? Oh man. Well, look, if you'd like to contribute to tonight's show, please feel free. Super chat in right now. Super chat in. Every super chat gets acknowledged here on Sam Roberts Now. They're making me re-log into a thing. That's why I'm all over the place. What? What'd you say?
So what are you doing over there?
Going nuts.
Let's get crazy.
Yeah, we're getting crazy, dude. We're getting crazy. I just want to make sure none of these super chats go away. And they just asked me to re-log in for some reason.
Uh-oh.
But we should be fine.
Okay. Super chat him in again, just in case. Double up.
Yeah, every doubled up super chat will get read. Let me see if I can just back out of here and go back into the window.
The pip has been I feel like a positive response.
You think people are really into it?
People are into the pip.
Like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
All right. You think we should keep it?
I like it because now we got 3 things to look at the screen.
All right, I think we're back. I think we're good. I think I got all my super chats. You just like different angles on you.
Well, also the pip kind of leave it at the pip because my hairline I was gonna say.
I got you because like I'm on the pip, it's small, not every single detail, but since I tweaked the settings on the TV, all the details are there.
Yep.
Yeah. If anything, I can see honestly the way I contrasted it, it's actually more clear on the feed that's going out to everybody. Yeah. Yeah, you could see. That's when you know it's like it's getting to the time. Trust me, I've been there, hot dog. When you look up at the top and you see other dudes and it's like smooth, like one solid color going all the way down, just straight smooth. And then you look down. You see what I'm saying? Like, see how it's like patchy?
And I'm a short guy. Like, it's...
Oh yeah. People are gonna be seeing that. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Send in those super chats. Let's acknowledge some super chats right now. Six Crow, thank you for the contribution and letting me know the sound was echoing at the beginning of the show. Hot dog's soft penis problem. Thoughts on the Chad Zumach situation? I think before I gave full
Is
thoughts,
that a name? Was that a name?
Hot Dog's soft penis problem is his YouTube username. Yes. Why? Do you have a problem with that?
Well, I was confused about where the question started or ended or what, you know.
No,
Okay.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I should have. Hot Dog's soft penis problem is the username. It's the user.
Okay.
It's the name. And then he said thoughts on the Chad Zumach situation. I don't really know what you are referring to. I know Chad Zumach is, obviously. I know he's on Misery Loves Company. I don't know what the situation is. I could probably comment on the situation around your username better than the Chad Zumach situation. Not Sam Lehman, so pumped for Scream 6. I'll give you my thoughts. Maybe later this weekend if I get time. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have time. But I'll definitely be putting out a video for Scream 6, so stay tuned for that. Chris Atkinson, we doing Big Pippin, spending cheese. That's you, Big Pippin. Pippin, see? P-I-P-I-N, Pippin.
Pippin. Big Pippin. Wait, you gotta put me on Pippin.
Nope. When you're embarrassing yourself, I put you on the wall of shame. P-H-W-O-F-L. Hi, Sam. You say that you live in the Bestchester. I'm going to assume it's Yonkers. You don't have to confirm. What are your thoughts on Wolf Creek? I don't know Wolf Creek. That's the second time somebody's been like, hey, what are your thoughts on this thing that you don't know about? I'm like, well, I don't know. But if you live in Yonkers, I'll be at the Alamo in Yonkers with Greg Sestero. B-Herb76 on Wednesday. B-Herb76, I think. I want to see Sam and Hot Dog high five in the pip. Okay. If I...
Ready?
No, you can't just do it straight at the thing. Like, I would have
okay,
see.
okay. Wait, which way is this?
I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Okay.
Okay. All
Okay,
right.
ready?
Yeah, hit the top corner. Boom.
Wait, here we go. Here it comes.
Boom. That was good. That was really good. That was awesome. That was a good suggestion.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know why you went straight for the front. Elias Balach. In 2 weeks, it's the 10-year anniversary of Tequila and Donut Day. I'm dying to know, as the rest of the world also must or should be, what can be done to bring E-Rock out of retirement for round 2? Oh, trust me. If there was anything on any platform that could be done, I'd be there for it. It's a fond, fond memory of mine. Watching that man,
Thanks.
I'll never forget the day he came to me. And he said, I think I'm going to bring in tequila and donuts on Friday. And I was like, why? And he was like, well, they just said on the air, imagine having tequila and donuts. I was like, okay. And he goes, so I think I'm going to bring them in on Friday. And I go, Eric, that's a great idea. And nobody wanted to participate except poor E-Rock.
How many shots did he do that day?
I don't know, but he got so drunk that the last shot, we started giving him water, just because we were worried about him. And
It might be a medical emergency.
10 o'clock in the morning. He takes a shot of water, and he just goes, smooth. He didn't even know it was water. Nathan Gerald, I won't have any bodega coffee next time I'm in New York. Tis tis Ghostface. That's a Scream 6 reference. B-Herb, F. Mary Kill, Tommy Wiseau, James Franco, Bob Odenkirk. I think that's easy. I think you kind of got to kill James Franco, unfortunately. He's problematic. And then you definitely marry Bob Odenkirk because he's got cash and tons of great stories. Imagine all the great stories from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad that he's got, plus Mr. Show. And you hang out with David Cross. And then, you F Tommy Wiseau because you know what that's like already because you saw the thrusting. In
belly button penetration.
Exactly. You open that belly button up. Not Sam Miguel. Love the professional setup you have, Sam. You're doing it right. Better than a ginger guy I know that uses his laptop camera while picking his nose. If you're talking about Eastside Dave, I'm going to be very upset. Very upset. I don't think you are. But if you are, I won't stand for it. Pinky Schultz says, evening, boys. Content 2023 initiative. Let's go. 2023 is part of the content initiative. Did you know that, Hot Dog?
I didn't. It was a sequel to 2022 content initiative.
Right, which was technically the sequel to 2021 content initiative.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a major content initiative happening. I'm going to be doing a Scream 6 video and I might have access to 2K23 that I'll be able to do a review for on Monday.
Did you send that code over to my email yet? Or
it wouldn't. The code doesn't work. I already used it.
My code, the producer code.
I think if you had it, what have you produced? Poodlerific, what 2 brand of hoodies does Sam like? No full zips. I mean, if you look, go back and look at everything I wear. If I'm not wearing a long sleeve t-shirt, which I barely even wear anymore, I wear Roots of Fights hoodies or American Giant hoodies. And at this point, it's literally the only thing that I wear.
Those are dope.
Roots of Fight pullovers or American Giant pullovers. That's it. That's what I like. It's my uniform. Nathan Gerald, la 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 la, tuning out the bear man. Okay. Ryan Katsu Rivera says, Goldust theme or Shawn Michaels theme? And what's your favorite beyond those choices? Well, I think that the Goldust theme is underrated, is genius, and probably, like, if I were going to walk into a room, I'd want to walk into the Goldust theme. You know, I would want that before, like,
steer yourself up.
Exactly. There's just something like, without words, Sexy Boy, like, it's kind of fun. At this point, it's almost like kitschy, you know what I mean? And you're like, oh, okay, we're all having a good time. But the Goldust theme is so, like, it's almost transfixing. There's a mystery and a sexuality to it. You know what I mean? It's a sensual song. They
ain't like this.
Exactly. You want to bite the air. You want to bite the air. You hear that Goldust song, you want to bite the air. As soon as you hear that Goldust song, those horns, those little soft horns that start the thing, you know exactly who's coming to the ring. So Goldust ranks real high. And if you want a third theme that's my favorite beyond those choices that I don't want to just give you, I mean, Billy Kidman's Ruthless Aggression theme. You can't mess with that one. You can't.
I was going to mention that.
It doesn't fit Billy Kidman in any way, shape, or form. But, like, in terms of just
run if you want to, but you can't hide.
Yeah, I didn't think you could. Yeah, Billy Kidman's Ruthless Aggression theme is an often slept upon, absolute classic. Brian Earl, on the other hand, says fart, fart, fart. So Ryan's, I think, contribution led to a little bit. Well, I might have led to a little bit more discussion. We got a repeat in here. Hot dog's soft penis problem. He writes in, hot dog needs Cy Sperling.
What is that?
Well, I'll tell you. Cy Sperling, a lot of people thought he was just the president of the Hair Club for Men, but as it turns out, he was also a client.
Is this a Scream 6 reference?
No, Cy Sperling, literally, there was a commercial back in the day. The Hair Club for Men was like a hair transplant toupee service for bald men. And Cy Sperling was the guy who would do all the commercials because he was the president. And then the hook at the end of the commercial would be, I'm not just the president, I'm also a client.
Oh, okay.
Right. So he's saying, really what he's saying is you need to start thinking about toupee.
Okay.
Yeah. Grim Reaper says, hot dog's heel teeth are glistening tonight. He thinks he got those Romans out.
Acknowledge him.
Yeah, there you go. And then Matthew Gold says, will Vince McMahon ever be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? I believe that he will at some point. I don't think it'll be this year. You know, there's too much going on, but I think when it's all said and done, Vinnie Mac will get his way in there. I think it'll happen. All right, guys. I appreciate, somebody says that Hot Dog is dating Chad Zumock, I heard. Is that true, dude?
Who are these? I don't know who these people
Chad
are.
Chad Zumock's a comedian.
No, I don't know.
Are you guys dating?
I'm not dating anyone.
Nice. All right.
And also, I'm into girls.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
Hey. Oh, Nathan Gerald says, WNEW, XM, SiriusXM, or Westwood One, best Opie show. I mean, Why are you laughing?
Westwood One.
All right, so that wasn't your favorite. I mean, I don't know. SiriusXM. That's when I was the most involved. I'll pick. Okay, all right. Hot dog. I'm in. You're like a Bond villain up there laughing. Oh, Mr. Bond.
Westwood One.
You're a hater, hot dog. Never let anybody forget that. You are a hater, and that's not going anywhere.
That's very funny, Nathan.
You got 5 styluses. You might as well use them. I'm going to cheers with you later. Have a good one, everybody.